Welcome to the North Ridgeville City School Board of Education meeting. Today is Tuesday, February 19th. It's 6 p.m. and we're going to call this meeting to order. At this time, I would like to introduce from Liberty Elementary, Cooper and Charlie, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If you stand.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very good. Well done, Mr. Thank you very much. Mr. Verlingo, roll call, please.
Ms. Jeffrey.
Here.
Ms. McCarthy.
Here.
Ms. Saxon.
Here.
Mr. Muir.
Here.
Mr. Fox. Here.
Finalization of agenda. Mr. Assistant Superintendent, is there anything to add? Thank you. Approval of minutes. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the video transcribed meeting minutes for January 15, 2019. Further, it is recommended that a written summary of the special and regular minutes for the meetings on January 2nd, January 25th, January 29th, and January 15th be approved.
Second.
Moved by Mrs. Tamira, seconded by Mr. Vaca. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Tamira.
Yes.
Mr. Vaca. Yes. Ms. Jeffrey.
Yes.
Ms. Saxon.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy.
Yes. That takes us to the superintendent and treasurer's report. Mr. Hurd.
Thank you, Madam President. It is my pleasure to sit in here this afternoon. It's actually my privilege. Ms. Roxanne Ramsey Casario could not be here tonight. She's in Columbus at an important construction and facilities meeting, so I'm your poor substitute. Thank you for having me. We have a number of items this evening that are student recognitions and staff recognitions. We want to get right into it. We are very, very thankful and proud of the students here at North Ridgeville City Schools. And with that, I will introduce Ms. Andrea Vance to talk about the students at the Early Childhood Learning Center.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Andrea Vance. I'm the principal at the Early Childhood Learning Community, and I have the wonderful pleasure tonight of introducing our two Student of the Months. We're going to first start with Logan Cunningham. And Logan, can you wave and smile at the front? Okay, wave. That means moving this hand. Logan is one of our preschool students in Miss Jane's class. And Logan was just telling me about his wonderful day today. We actually had the dentist come, and we had to talk about limiting the amount of candy that we have, because a lot of the kids were freaked out that if they had any candy, they would have a cavity. So we had to have a long discussion about it's okay to have candy sometimes, right, Logan? Okay. So Miss Jane says that Logan follows directions when presented the first time. He completes his arrival and departure times and routines, and he's happy to come to school and play with his friends. Congratulations to Logan for being our Student of the Month. Our next Student of the Month is in Miss Morris's A.M. kindergarten classroom, and that's Isabella Giardini. Isabella, can you wave and smile? All right. And Ms. Morris says that Isabella has been working very hard to accomplish all of her goals set before her. She is a great role model for the students in class, and she is always willing to help others around her. She displays Ranger Strong behavior all day. Congratulations to Isabella. Next, I'd like to introduce Mr. Heffron at Ridgeville.
Hello everyone, my name is Mitch Heffron. I'm the principal at Liberty. It's my pleasure to introduce our first student of the month, Charlie Stillman. Go ahead and wave. All right. Charlie comes to us from Mr. Disler's class. When I sat down with Charlie, I got to know her a little bit, and what she told me was that she loves to play hide and seek with her sister Cece, She loved her vacation to North Carolina with her family. And Mr. Ditzler says, Charlie is a wonderful example of a student who makes the most of her learning experience. She's a very independent, but also works well with groups and helps other students. She has a constant smile on her face and makes our classroom a better place. Way to go, Charlie. Our next student of the month comes from Mrs. Isham's class in 2nd grade. It is Cooper Phelan. Go ahead and wave, Cooper. Cooper enjoys playing Fortnite like all the rest of the kids. He loved his time with his family when he went down to Legoland, which I believe is in Florida, which sounds nice about right now. He says it's a lot of work, but he also enjoys taking care of his 3 dogs, 2 cats, and so many fish that he can't even count them. Sounds like a busy household. Mrs. Isham wrote, Cooper has an outstanding work ethic. He strives every month to meet and exceed his AR goals. He's an inspiration to the entire class. He's a perfect example of what it means to be Ranger Strong. Excellent job, Cooper. Introduce Mr. Greg Klankner, principal of NRAC 3-4. Good job.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Greg Klankner. I'm the principal here of 3rd and 4th grade at the Academic Center, and I have with me 2 exceptional students from grades 3 and 4 with me, our 2 students of the month. I have with me Brooke Fleming and Jason Sewell, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what their teachers have to say about them. And we're going to start ladies first. So Brooke Sewell is in the grade 3 Orange Studio. She is in Mrs. McCauley's homeroom, and this is what her teachers have to say about her. The Orange Studio is proud to nominate Brooke Fleming for Student of the Month for teamwork. Brooke understands that to be successful in a team, she has to be a good listener. Brooke says please and thank you and waits patiently when appropriate. She knows that a good team player shows respect to others. Brooke is a team player to classmates and friends by working with her group on reading and math assignments, working every day to take turns, cooperate, and allowing others a chance to participate as well. Her papers are always done completely, and she makes an effort to do her best work, writing neatly and checking her answers. She knows a good team player plays hard to win. Brooke is not afraid to make a mistake because she knows that she learns from her mistakes. She fixes them and keeps working to meet goals and expectations. Brooke uses kind words and does not call names or say hurtful things. She's always neat and ready to go. She does not complain or argue with others, but stays cheerful and positive every day. We know of no one in the Orange Studio who makes a better team player than Brooke Fleming because she is Ranger Strong. Congratulations. And from the 4th grade Green Studio, I have Jason Sewell. Jason is a student in Mrs. Januzzi's homeroom, and this is what his teachers have to say about Jason. The Green Studio is proud to announce Jason Sewell as the Student of the Month for teamwork. Jason is a great role model for teamwork. He works extremely well with others, always listening to others' ideas and opinions with respect. He enjoys helping others if they are having a problem, whether it's with their Chromebook or simply missing a necessary supply, which he is glad to share. Jason often volunteers to help clean up the studio when needed so that everyone can enjoy a comfortable learning environment. Talking to his related arts teachers, he always takes turns and shows that he cares about his classmates by offering congratulations to his peers on their successes. Jason truly embodies this Ranger Strong trait in all that he does. Congratulations. Next, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Armbruster, principal of grades 5 through 8 here at the Academic Center.
Good evening. I'm pretty excited to talk about our Students of the Month, as we always are at the Academic Center. But tonight, for the Sewell family, this is pretty exciting. not only was Jason nominated for 4th grade, but his sister Emily was nominated for 6th grade at the Academic Center. So Emily, go ahead and raise your hand. So we know Emily Sewell. So that's really awesome. So doing something right over in the Sewell house, that's for sure. Emily was nominated. We're featuring our health and PE classes this month. So Emily was nominated by her health teacher, Mr. McAvina. And Emily comes to class every day with a positive attitude and always gives her best effort. She sets an excellent example by demonstrating all of the traits necessary for being a good teammate, and she demonstrates how to work productively with other members on her team. Her ability to get along with all of her classmates makes her the ideal choice for the Student of the Month with the Ranger Strong attribute of teamwork. Congratulations, Emily. Emily is from the 6th grade Orange. And then we have Mackenzie Johnson from 8th grade Orange. Mackenzie was nominated by Ms. Slobodnik, back there, her health teacher. I nominate Kenzie Johnson, this is from Ms. Slobodnik. I nominate Kenzie Johnson to be Health Student of the Month. I have had the privilege of teaching Kenzie for the last 18 weeks, and she has proven herself to be an incredible person and an incredible student. Kenzie does not just listen to what is being taught, but she takes what she has learned and implements it into her life. She is inquisitive and gives 110% to everything she is asked to do. Kenzie is thoughtful and respectful of her peers and is very deserving of this honor. Great job, Kenzie. You are Ranger Strong and should be very proud of yourself. We had our Internet Crimes Against Children put on by the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office, and we were talking about it while we were sitting over there, and Kenzie said, what a shame it is that we have to talk about this with our students and what we have to go through and the challenges we face. So she's a great role model for our students. And we will have that presentation, give myself a little plug, on March 18th for parents to come too, so you'll see something come out from the district. We'd like to see you all there as well. I am now going to Ms. Sturkin come up and nominate her nominees from Ranger High Tech Academy. Thank you. Oh, you can come back. Mackenzie, don't come back. Say,
All the younger kids went back there.
Good evening. I'm very excited to be here today. I'm Melissa Durkin. I'm the principal over at Ranger High Tech Academy. And I have 2 of our 2nd grade learners here who have demonstrated outstanding teamwork for this last month. So first we have Maisie, and Maisie's sign was nominated by Coach Powell, and Coach Powell says that Maisie consistently displays excellent teamwork skills. She is reliable and responsible and helps her team accomplish their goals. She contributes and shares her ideas. Equally important, she shows her teammates respect by actively listening to their ideas, and that's hard to do, isn't it? Yes. Maisie's teamwork skills will help her continue to excel and grow. So congratulations, Maisie. And then we have Brody Ziegler from Coach Pavidel's class. And Coach Pavidel says that Brody models exemplary actions on a daily basis. He is an outstanding team player who is consistently kind and cooperative with his peers. He works extremely hard to always do his best in all aspects of his education. Brody also regularly brings smiles to his friends and coaches, especially with his amazing Fortnite dances. Yeah. Good. So congratulations, Brody.
Hi, I've got 3 students of the month because one of our students, Mikey Richmond in the middle, and we'll talk about him first, is on the basketball team, and so the last 2 board meetings we had, he wasn't able to attend. So this is the information and why he was nominated is really old, but it's still really cool. Mikey's a senior. He was nominated by Mrs. Bianca, one of our assistant principals. I talked to the kids a little bit, asked them what they want to be when they grow up and things like that. So when Mikey grows up, he'd like to study criminal justice at LCCC and then Youngstown State, and he wants to be a police officer. His favorite class is math, and at school he's involved in football, basketball, baseball, and Thrive. Mrs. Bianca nominated him because, and remember this is old, we had a pep assembly in the fall. And one of the activities was a girl standing behind a boy and putting makeup on his face. So kids think it's funny and you laugh and all that. So one of the students who volunteered to participate was a student with disabilities who might not have completely understood what was going on. And Mikey could see what was going to happen. So he went above and beyond to make sure that the student understood what was about to happen and made sure that it was an appropriate and fun activity. So congratulations, thank you, Mikey. To my immediate right is Robbie McClellan. Robbie's a sophomore, so now we're getting into the February students of the month. Robbie was nominated by Mr. Jalowick as American history teacher. When he grows up, he is not sure what he wants to do for a living, but he was thinking sports broadcasting as an option. I kind of pushed him to give me something, so that was what he said. His favorite class is history, and at North Ridgeville High School, he's involved in football. Mr. Jalowick, when he nominated him, said, Robbie has gotten an A in American history for the first and second grading periods, and he currently has an A for the third quarter. However, the important thing is he has not missed an assignment for the entire year, which is impressive, especially since he was out of school for over a week toward the beginning of the year with some medical issues. And he's done a great job every day in class. So congratulations, Rob. Our last student of the month over to the far right, or my far right, your left, is Neil Smith. Neil's a senior. He was nominated by Mr. Minsick, his English teacher. When Neil grows up, he wants to either work with computers or in the IT field. He's got two favorite classes, English and drafting. And it's his first year at North Ridgeville High School. So as of right now, he hasn't gotten involved in any activities, but he does a lot outside of school. So when I talked to Neil, or when Mr. Minsick nominated Neil, and keep in mind this was written by an English teacher with flowery language, he wrote, on a daily basis, Neil enthusiastically, sincerely, and amiably greets his fellow classmates with a tone of goodwill. He constantly inquires about their well-being and genuinely cares about their welfare. His upbeat demeanor is contagious and infectiously rubs off on his fellow classmates and teachers. Not only is he a conscientious, intelligent student who applies himself daily in the classroom, but he is also a good soul. Knowing him and his aura of good nature makes it difficult not to smile and be happy. Congratulations, Neil. Every student in the district who's been nominated, or who has been a student of the month, receives a certificate for a free t-shirt from Bullfrog Custom Tees in Avon, the owner of Bullfrog Custom Tees. Big Frog, I always say Bullfrog. Big Frog Custom Tees, and they live in the district and have been big supporters, so if you get a chance, check out Big Frog Custom Tees. Thank you.
Again, congratulations to all of the students of the month for February. Thank you for their staff members that nominated them. Thank you to the principals for taking time out of their busy days to introduce these students, but most importantly to the family that is here to support them. Thank you for sharing these talented young people with us. We do not take it for granted that these students come here and that you give us the trust and faith to do what we do on a daily basis, and it is truly a pleasure. So thank you for their support at home. And again, another round of applause for the students. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce Ms. Regina Geiger, who is going to talk about the Hour of Code contest. Ms. Geiger, she is a technology integration teacher at Ranger High-Tech Academy and NRAC.
Thank you. So this year, North Ridgeville City Schools decided to do something a little bit different for Hour of Code, which is celebrated the first week of December. So we held an app building contest. And with that app building contest, everyone in the district, all of the students were eligible to enter using MIT App Builder. So our winners were, for 4th grade and below, CJ McCormick. Come on up, CJ. CJ's app was called the Complimenter app. And with the Complimenter app, you could type in text and it would convert it to speech so that you could type in a compliment and hear it back. So it was very good. All right, stay up here. Next one is 5th and 6th grade. That was Alyssa Lavitz. Come on up, Alyssa. Alyssa's app was called Brain Kingdom app. And it was a riddle app where you would type the correct answer to go to the next riddle. And if you didn't get it right, you were stuck there until you did. And I had quite a time going through that, trying to get to the end. So good job there. 7th and 8th grade, Ronnie Sarrett. Come on up. And Ronnie's app was an algebra calculator app. So he called it the Mad Calculator app. You had to find the slope of any 2 points with this app. So very good. Then we had one more entry. This was a substitute entry, Maggie Ollerton, but I don't believe she's here tonight. She was sick today. So she had a discussion or a decisions app. So you get to choose your preferences, and we give you choices. And to get through the whole thing, you had to make a choice on where you want to go on vacation, what do you want to have for lunch, and that kind of thing. So, and the winners, they all are going to receive tonight a Raspberry Pi computer. So I have those for you guys. So Alyssa, here you go. Hope you like pink. And for the boys, got your plaid. All right, there you go. CJ and Ronnie, congratulations, you guys. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Geiger. Thank you, and congratulations to the students who are out in pace. So congratulations. The next person that I'd like to introduce is every month we also do staff recognition. And with that, I'd like to introduce Ms. Julie Delberti, who is the Director of People Personnel, to introduce the staff.
Thank you. On behalf of the Board of Education, it is my privilege to recognize 2 staff members, 1 certified and 1 support staff for the February staff recognition. Staff recognition candidates are nominated by their peers for contributions to the North Ridgeville City Schools community and the significant impact they have on students and families they serve and the colleagues they support every day. So our first nominee is Randy Buck, who is not here today. She will be recognized in the March board meeting. So moving on, it is my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Mary Morris. You want to come on up here, Mrs. Morris? Mrs. Morris works in food service at North Ridgeville Academic Center. Mrs. Morris has made a positive impact on students and her colleagues since she was hired on November 22nd, 1999. So one of her nominators wrote, "Mary is such a joy to work with. We often hold donation drives at the school which require the need for lots and lots of boxes. When she is given advance notice, she will begin setting aside boxes or containers for us in days in advance of the collection. When we are bombarding her at the last minute, she is always gracious to empty items as quickly as she can so that the boxes can be put to use. I know Mary has many responsibilities to juggle, but she never shows outward signs of frustration when she is interrupted. She is helpful and quick to greet us when we venture into the kitchen for various reasons. She will set aside whatever she is doing to assist us with our needs at that moment. Recently, she was approached with the idea of putting together a fundraiser for the food service mascot Ace. Mary, with the support of her supervisor, were instrumental in making this fundraiser occur, offering encouragement to continue this idea several more times this school year. Mary is pleasant, hard-working employee. North Ridgeville City Schools is lucky to have such a kind staff member dedicated to providing our students and staff with high-quality food and excellent service to others. And I will also comment, I reap the benefits of her cooking often, and it's awesome. Congratulations to Mrs. Morris on being the February staff member of the month. She gets a certificate and a personalized mug. Thank you.
course, and that concludes my superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Ahern. That brings us to announcements. Are there any board members that have announcements this evening?
I do, Madam President.
Thank you.
I am the PTA liaison for Ranger Council, and I would like to remind everyone that dodgeball is scheduled for March 15th at 6 p.m. in the Academic Center gym. Tickets are $5 at the door or $3 pre-sale. We also need donations and volunteers if anybody would like to do so.
Thank you, Mrs. Yancey. I'd also like to mention that the Board of Education will be at the last basketball game this Friday here at the Academic Center. I believe we're playing Lakewood. We'll be selling our Ranger Pop Sockets for a fundraiser for a scholarship drive. So the Ranger Pop Sockets are $10 each or 2 for $15 at that event. And we'll be there for all 3 games. And lastly, I'd like to mention that North Ridgeville City Schools supports the arts, not only in our schools, but in our community as well. And I just want to say congratulations to Old Town Hall Theater for their opening weekend of the regional premiere of Mamma Mia. It was an outstanding job. We have students that are in this performance, we have staff that are in this performance, and our very own Marcy Saxon is the co-director and the music director for this show. There's 3 more weekends left to see it, and I would suggest that you get your tickets early because they sold out both shows already. So again, congratulations to Old Town Hall and to all of our student, staff, and board members who have a part in that. At this time, are there any other announcements? At this time, we will do a brief intermission. We want to get a picture of all of our outstanding students and our staff of the month. We'll do that right outside here once the students get their certificates. Take a brief intermission. It is now hearing of the public on agenda items. If anyone would like to speak about anything that's on the agenda, now is your opportunity to do so. And if you need to, just so everyone knows, the full copies of the agendas are in the binders over by Mr. Amin. Yeah, right there. So if anyone, okay. So seeing that, we're going to move on to consent agenda. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the consent agenda resolution as presented on February 5th, 2019. That takes us forward to page 9. Moved by Mr. Vaca. Can I get a second, please? Second by Mrs. Tamira. Is there any discussion? Just again, this is new that we're doing this, a new format that we're doing as a board. So our consent agenda is discussed and presented at our first board meeting of the month, which is the first Tuesday of every month at 5:30 right here in this room. That's where we talk about all the items that are on the agenda, and then we vote on those items at the second meeting of the month. So that's what, this is our first time doing that, so that's what we're doing this evening.
And there is an opportunity for public hearing.
Yes.
With our new format at both board meetings, so all are welcome to speak at either meeting.
Correct. Okay, no other discussion, roll call please.
Mr. Vaca? Yes. Ms. Tamira?
Yes.
Ms. Yancey?
Yes.
Ms. Saxon?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes. So that takes us to the finance audit report. The January operating results for the district are consistent with plan. There are no material variances currently exist. Interest revenues and gains on the sale of investments are $395,000 year to date, an increase of 63% over the prior year. The financial audit for fiscal year 2018 has been completed, and North Ridgeville City Schools has received an unqualified opinion with no material items identified. I motion to approve the finance audit report in one reading. Can I get a second?
Second.
Moved by myself, seconded by Mr. Vaca. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Mr. Vaca? Yes. Ms. Yancey?
Yes.
Ms. Saxon?
Yes.
Ms. Tamira?
Yes.
That brings us to other board business, and before I have Ms. Saxon's begin, the category of other board business allows us to bring new business to the table that wasn't available to us on the first Tuesday of the month. So other board business would not fall into the consent agenda. It falls here because the board has not considered this information yet. Sometimes we will consider it and vote on it at one meeting, and sometimes it'll be voted on at the second meeting. Ms. Saxon?
Under other board business, we have some human resources items to consider. We have 2 support staff resignations and one substitute support staff resignation. I motion to approve these items on one reading.
Second.
Okay, that brings us to page 11, board. That's moved by Ms. Saxon, second by Mrs. Tamira. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Saxon.
Yes.
Ms. Tamira.
Yes.
Ms. Yetsey.
Yes.
Mr. Baca.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy.
Yes.
Also being approved are 4 positions in the job descriptions for the proposed positions. I motion to approve these items on one reading.
Second.
Moved by Mrs. Saxon, seconded by Mr. Baca. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Saxon.
Yes.
Mr. Baca. Yes. Ms. Yetsey.
Yes.
Ms. Tamira.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy.
Yes. Hearing of the public on new items. If there's an item that anyone would like to speak about, now is the opportunity to do so. That takes us to adjourning to executive session. Recommend the Board of Education enter an executive session to discuss the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, compensation of public employees and matters related to negotiations of public employees, and to discuss matters required to be kept confidential by federal law or rules or state statutes.
Second.
Moved by Mrs. Tamira, second by Ms. Yetsey. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Tamira.
Yes.
Ms. Yetsey.
Yes.
Ms. Saxon.
Yes.
Mr. Baca.
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy.
Yes. That concludes our public portion of the meeting. Thank you very much.